Let's talk Dexter, Season 8, Episode 8, which is entitled, Are We There Yet? All right, we're getting very close to the end of the season and the end of the show thus far. But just remember, Dexter starts up Season 9 on Showtime on November 7th. So make sure you stick to my channel and you get the recap on the following 4 episodes from this one, because that will finish up. And if you haven't already, I have done a recap on every single episode of Dexter through the first 8 seasons so that you can get ready for the new season if you don't have time to watch it. All right, so let's talk about Are We There Yet? We are following up on events from the last episode where Cassie was murdered. Dexter is in her apartment, and he has an inkling that Zach did the killing because he was kind of sniffing around her apartment in a previous episode and actually finds blood under her fingernails, runs it at the department, and finds out it is Zach's blood. So he has to go find Zach and actually goes on a road trip with Hannah to locate him. At the same time, we have the police department, and Quinn is thinking that Zach is the killer. And so Vogel and Dexter talk about Zach, and tells her, I have to take him out. He killed an innocent person. Cassie was completely innocent, and I have to take care of this. And he kind of figures, and the reason they figure it's him is because she was bludgeoned the same way that his housekeeper was bludgeoned. And so they think Zach did both. We know Zach did the first one. But this one, it seems like Zach did it, at least. So we're going to find out what happens at the end of this episode. At the same time, we have Hannah trying to get away. She needs to get out of town. So Dexter and her devise a plan to get her sent off. But first, she's going to go with him. They send the boat off so that they don't appear to be there anymore, so nobody suspects anything. And Dexter has a conversation with Deborah, and Deborah's like, is she out of our lives yet? And Dexter's like, she will be shortly. I'll deal with this. It's not your problem. She's kind of upset about this. Later on, she sees that Dexter has left town. This is when they go to find Zach. So she goes out there. And first of all, when they get out there, they find Zach. Zach has created a kill room, and he's getting ready to kill somebody. There are new knives. It's all set up the way Dexter does it. And they wait for Zach to show up, and that's when Dexter takes him, pushes him up against the wall, puts a knife to his neck, and says, why did you kill Cassie? Why are you killing innocent people? He's like, I didn't kill anybody. I'm here to kill this person. He shows Dexter, and he goes, I did my homework. I found out this guy had killed several girls several years earlier than this, and I'm just taking care of business. And Dexter is kind of shocked. He's like, wow, this guy has listened. He took his advice. He is actually doing the code. And so Dexter's kind of proud of him. But he needs to figure out why Zach's blood was found at the crime scene and why it's on him. At the same time, the police decide to look at Cassies' boyfriend, and he's this contractor, and he is visibly shaken, and they want to talk to him, and he has an alibi that he couldn't have been there the night that it happened. While Dexter is out there also with Hannah dealing with Zach, Zach says, I've already got the guy. He's in the back of my car. So he takes Dexter out there and opens the truck and shows that there's a dead body in there, and they have to take care of it. So they go off together to take care of it. But at the same time, Dexter notices some blood on the handle of the car, and it's Zach's, and Zach talks about how he got the blood there earlier in the week, and that's how Dexter figures the blood got under the fingernails of Cassie. Somebody took it from the car and put it on the body. While Dexter and Zach are gone, guess who shows up at the hotel room? We have Deborah. So Deborah confronts Hannah, and they just have kind of a little bit of a cat fight dialogue-wise. And that's when Dexter and Zach show up, and everybody's like, what the heck is going on here? And Deborah's like, you know what, I'm done with this. I'm out of here. And she leaves. So it's up to Hannah and Dexter and Zach to get back to Miami. And when they get back, Dexter is going to send Hannah off to Argentina, and he's going to end up meeting her later. We also have Deborah at that point, who goes to Elway and gives information that, I think Hannah's still here. She wants to get Hannah out of their lives. So she says, I think Hannah's still here, and there's a $250,000 reward. So her and Elway decide to go out and try to find a way to find her. And they're unsuccessful. And towards the end of the episode, when Deborah gets back, she says, she tells Elway, this is a lost cause, just drop it. And he's like, I'm not going to drop it. It's a lot of money. And she goes, I'm really tired of this. I don't do this for the money. I don't do it for the ones and zeros. And he's like, are you going back to the police department? Because there was a scene in this where she pulled out her old uniform, and And not Quinn, but Batista told her, if you want your job back, you can come back. So she's contemplating that. And Elway tells her that's not a good idea. You're walking away from great opportunity. Again, she just seems to be ungrateful. She's trying to find her place in all of this. One of the last scenes in this, and this is where this is all leading, is Dexter goes to Vogel and talks about Zach and talks about how he did the right thing. When he goes to see Zach later that day, he walks in and finds Zach motionless in a chair in his apartment. Flips him around, and part of his skull had been taken out, and part of his brains were out. And he's on the phone with Vogel, and Vogel pulls up a jar, and part of Zach's brain is in there. So the brain surgeon got to Zach. So Zach is not the one who killed Cassie. He's being framed by the brain surgeon, and we're going to find out exactly who the brain surgeon is in an upcoming episode. So that's where this kind of leads. There's lots of things in motion, and we're going to see where these last 4 episodes lead to. So that's my recap on this 8th episode of Season 8, which is entitled, Are We There Yet? And it gets its name because while Dexter and Deborah, or not Dexter and Deborah, but Dexter and Hannah are going back to Miami, he asks them on the way there, are we there yet? So it's kind of interesting. All right, we'll see you guys on the next recap. We're getting down to the last 4 episodes. Those will be coming up all in the next couple of days. All right, we'll see you guys on the next one.